For the first time since Donald Trump's tense meeting with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, all 27 EU leaders are gathering in Brussels, grappling with the reality that American support for Kyiv is no longer guaranteed. The sudden shift from Washington has left European allies scrambling, with concerns growing that the United States is no longer a reliable security partner. Whilst the EU has already pledged €30 billion in aid this year, no major funding is expected from this summit. Instead, the focus is shifting towards Europe's long-term defence strategy. The growing consensus in Brussels is clear. Europe must bolster its own defences against Russia. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has unveiled an €800 billion plan to rearm Europe and take control of the continent's security. She says the question is no longer whether Europe is under threat, but whether it's ready to act fast enough to respond. The urgency has only increased with Trump's apparent willingness to negotiate directly with Russian President Vladimir Putin, while showing an open hostility towards Zelensky. European leaders fear that Kiev's interests and their own could be sidelined in any deal to end the war. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has called for a coalition of the willing to present a European-led peace plan to the US. Meanwhile, France and Britain have proposed a temporary truce covering air, sea and energy infrastructure. One of the most controversial proposals on the table, sending an EU force to guarantee any future peace deal in Ukraine. Zelensky, who is attending the summit, has gone even further, calling for the creation of a European army, arguing that the continent can no longer rely on Washington. But the most immediate challenge is military funding. Trump has demanded NATO members increase their defence spending from 2% of GDP to 5%, an impossible target for most EU nations. Still, there is growing political will to boost defence budgets. Germany's incoming Chancellor Friedrich Merz has signalled plans to rewrite his country's debt rules to unlock military funding. And in France, President Emmanuel Macron has warned that Russia poses a direct threat to the continent. Macron's warning is stark. He says who can believe that Russia will stop at Ukraine? And with Trump shaking up the transatlantic alliance, European leaders now face a defining moment. Do they continue relying on US support or finally take control of their own defence? With major questions about funding and military strategy still unresolved, the coming weeks will be crucial for Europe's security. For News Central, I'm Afua Hagan.